With over 54 countries, more than 300 tribes and multiple languages, one can only imagine how diverse and divided the continent of Africa is. Having gone through a fair share of hardship from slavery to colonization and civil war, in the midst of this diversity, one language unites us all: football. On the 8th of February 1957, four national football federations, namely Sudan, Ethiopia, South Africa, and Egypt, came together to form the Confederation of African Football in Khartoum, the capital of Sudan, following a formal discussion with FIFA at the FIFA Congress in Lisbon in June 1956. This organization is saddled with the responsibility of governing football activities in Africa. The first General Secretary was Yusuf Mohammed, and Abdulaziz Abdullah Salem, the first president, both whom are from Egypt. CAF hosted the first African Cup of Nations in February 1957, with Egypt, Ethiopia, South Africa, and host nation Sudan the first participant of the tournament. Due to the apartheid policy in South Africa, the government insisted on selecting only white players for its squad. This led to the disqualification of South Africa from the tournament, which means only 3 countries were left and Ethiopia were handed a free pass to the final. In total, 2 matches were played, with Egypt defeating Sudan in the semi-final and a 1-0 win against Ethiopia. Egypt was crowned the first winner of the African Cup of Nations. They will go on to repeat defeat by defeating Sudan in the second edition of the tournament, making the Pharaoh of Egypt 2-time champion in 2 years. CAF has gone to host the tournament 33 times since then, and the 2024 edition in Cote d'Ivoire will be the 34th African Cup of Nations final. The 1970 saw a variety of nations claiming the title, reflecting the growing competitiveness of the tournament, with Sudan, Congo Brazzaville, Congo Kinshasa, and Morocco winning the title. Ghana once again won the title in 1978. Ghana defeated Uganda 2-0 with 2 goals from Okoko Afriye to win their 3rd title, making the Black Stars of Ghana the most decorated football nation in Africa. As at then, West African nations established their dominance in the 1980s. Cameroon secured a 4th title in 1984, winning again in 1988, but it was the emergence of Nigeria with their Green Eagle that marked the decade. Nigeria won their 1st African Cup of Nations in 1980 and were featured in 3 different finals within the decade. Ghana won their 4th title in 1982, with Egypt also winning their 3rd title in 1986. Algeria won a 1st title in 1990, with the elephant of Cote d'Ivoire winning for the first time in 1992. Nigeria secured their 1st title in 1994. South Africa, after the end of apartheid, hosted and won their 1st African Cup of Nations in 1996, with Egypt securing their 4th title to end the decade, making them tied with the Black Stars of Ghana with 4 trophies each. Cameroon continued their successful run in the early 2000s, winning the 2000 and 2002 tournament, making it the 3rd nation to win the title 4 times after Ghana and Egypt. Tunisia secured their 1st African Cup of Nations in 2004. Then this happened. The Pharaoh of Egypt, a team dominated mostly by homegrown players who are not playing in Europe, showcased to the world just how talented Africa is. They went on to win the title 3 consecutive times, losing no match in the 2006, 2008, and 2010 edition. But this is a story for another day. Stay tuned on the channel, and I will be covering the story of how Egypt won the most competitive continental tournament 3 times in a row. Zambia's very state victory in 2010 being a standout moment in the 2010s. FIFA decided that the tournament should be shifted from even years to odd years to prevent it from being played the same year with the World Cup. This meant that the tournament will have to be hosted in 2013. South Africa hosted the 2013 edition, with Nigeria winning their 3rd title. A 1-0 defeat of Burkina Faso secured the victory. Africa Coast, after years of nearly misses, won their 2nd title in 2015. Cameroon secured their 5th title, making them the 2nd most successful team in the tournament, with Algeria also winning their 2nd title in 2019. African Cup of Nations continued to be an important event on the football calendar. The tournament has been evolving, and with expanded format and more teams participating in the recent edition. The 2022 edition was held in Cameroon, with Senegal winning their 1st title, and the 2023 edition is scheduled to take place in Cote d'Ivoire. The African Cup of Nations has provided unforgettable moments, legendary players, and celebration of the continent's footballing talent. It remains a symbol of unity, pride, and love for football in Africa, showcasing the continent's rich culture and diversity to the world. The Abdulsalam Trophy, named after the first donor, an Egyptian who was the first CAF president, was permanently awarded to Ghana in 1978, when it became the first country to win the tournament 3 times. The next trophy, known as the African Unity Cup, was awarded permanently to Cameroon in 2000, and in 2002 a new trophy called the Cup of Nations was introduced. A total of 14 countries have claimed the trophy, with the Pharaoh of Egypt winning it 7 times, Indomitable Lion of Cameroon 5 times, Black Stars of Ghana 4 times, Super Eagles of Nigeria 3 times, Elephant of Cote d'Ivoire, DR Congo, and Algeria winning it 2 times. South Africa, Ethiopia, Sudan, Tunisia, Morocco, Zambia, and Senegal all winning the trophy once each. Samuel Eto'o of Cameroon holds the record for the most goals scored in the tournament, scoring 18 goals. Roberto Song, a former Cameroon defender, is the most appearing player in the African Cup of Nations history, playing 36 times. The competition has served as a platform for African players to showcase their talent. In the 1950s and 1960s, 1960s, the tournament attacking entertainment style of play seized the imagination of the African fans and attracted European talent scouts, agents, and journalists. Professionalism was allowed in the 1980s and corporate sponsorship in 1984. Beyond the boundaries of the playing field, the Cup of Nations has been the conduit for the articulation of political values and ideas. Having inherited colonial institutions devoid of indigenous symbols of national identity, many independent African governments invested considerable economic and political capital into national football teams in order to elicit pride and build unity among their diverse population. For example, with the support of Ghana's first president Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana won the Cup of Nations in 1963 and 1965. In winning the 1996 tournament at home, South Africa's racially mixed team seems to symbolize football's power to bridge the gapping of social and economic inequalities left by apartheid. Political tension violently disrupted the Cup of Nations in 2010. Togo team was attacked by separatist gunmen on its way to the tournament in Angola. 2 team officials and the bus driver were killed in the attack, and the Togolese team withdrew from the tournament. With Africa Club tournament not properly organized, less watch and less pay, most African players have to shift their attention to playing in Europe. The tournament has faced a lot of criticism, as managers and clubs having to release their African players in January to allow them represent their countries. The African Cup of Nations has not only celebrated football excellence but also promoted unity, friendship, and exchange of culture among the diverse nations of the continent. It continues to inspire generations of footballers and fans alike, reminding everyone that Africa's passion for the beautiful game is boundless. As AFCON continues to evolve, it remains a symbol of hope, talent, and the rich history of African football, a legacy that will undoubtedly continue to flourish in years to come. And there you go, guys, the story of African football in a single video. Thank you for watching my video. It really means a lot to me. I will appreciate it if you like the videos, subscribe to the channels to encourage more videos like this. I'll see you in the next one.